Hello, everybody. It's a great time to be a Deltarune fan. Yesterday, Chapter 5 got announced, and so today, on June 10th, I decided to record my theory that I had. And I really care about this because today is my birthday. I'm taking time out of my birthday to record this. But, if it gets disproven next chapter, if my theory gets disproven next chapter, then I would feel bad that I never said it to anyone. And if it gets confirmed, I wish I'm gonna have mm, mm. God, it's so hot here. It's like a furnace here. I I got some pages, I think like 6 pages, about my theory. So, okay, let's start. What? Good luck. What is this theory even about? I will be trying to guess who the knight is. I saw a lot of takes. Some of them I agree, some of them don't, and I will try to give my own take on it, like what my own version of who the knight is. It starts with the first time we see the knight. During the night boss fight. There is some interesting texts. So first is the Roaring Knight appears. That's basic. That's them. Yeah, okay, we get that. Uh, but there's three texts that I really find interesting. You felt lightheaded. You saw golden stars. That's a reference to the knight actually attacking with stars. But you felt lightheaded. The you is Chris, I'm guessing. Chris felt lightheaded. Your vision narrows, your head is spinning. Chris feels out of emotion here. Then your heartbeat becomes twisted. This one is very interesting because twisted, like there is this item in the files called Twisted Sword. It's most likely gonna be just a Weird Rat exclusive. It's made with a thorn ring and an item that we don't have yet. Probably will be made with combining the 5 black shards of every secret boss into one pure shard. Probably, but I'm just guessing. Right? So the them using the word your head became twisted is very interesting. Um, I this is not part of my theory actually. This is just something I wanted to point out. But look how emotional is the night fight. You felt lightheaded. You saw golden stars. Your vision narrows. Your head is spinning. Your heartbeat became twisted. Chris feels a lot of emotion here, and that's interesting because Chris, when you look at their battle sprite, look, it just they are full don't give a fuck. They have one expression out at a time, and that's like just pure stone face. So yeah, so it's uh, I think it's very important if we want to understand Chris's character, we have to look at the moments that they actually care about something. Uh, so, God damn it, I dropped the page. So I did a little, I don't know, collage. I think that's called. Of times where Chris was felt emotions. So during the Titan fight, that I think Chris should be more concerned with fighting the Titan than fighting the Knight. But they only once had only once was Chris's emotion described during the Titan fight. For a moment, you felt your heart being gripped. Uh, that's interesting because for some reason, Knight is scarier to Chris than the Titan. Or I let's put a pin in that because okay, other times where uh, Chris shows emotions is in chapter 1 when they jump in front of Susie to protect her during the boss fight, the final boss fight. Uh, During chapter 3, there's two times when they have to kill their friends in the game. In the game that we play in the game, like sword quest in the sword route. I don't remember what was the game called. Mm. But when Chris flinches when we press the kill your friend button. Then, when the pixel Chris tries to attack Susie, Chris pulls them away out of harm's way, kind of like they did in chapter 1. In chapter 4, when they give the knife to Susie and Susie mentions, "Oh, you always carry a knife around?" Chris blushes, and I didn't want. I I was not trying to make like I didn't want to try make a Chris shipping page, but yeah, that's basically every time where Chris shows emotions, it's connected to Susie. Kind of weird. Um, but yeah. So why is that? Why do they don't look like they are stressed or think any emotion, but the game tells us they do. Like so, I what if they actually don't? Like look, when they fight the Titan, for a moment you felt like your heart you for a moment you felt your heart being gripped. So what if during the Titan fight that's literal because you know the heart does weird things during the Titan fight. And what if you felt lightheaded, you saw golden stars, your vision narrows, your head is spinning, your heartbeat becomes twisted? What if those things are not because Chris is stressed, but for some other reason? I printed out this page, and then I realized I was not supposed to print this one because I have a black and white printer, and this page shows the colors. So first we have. What do we have first? I don't know because it's black and fucking white. Um, hmm. First, we have Susie's Dark World in chapter 4. And you can see, I don't see, but the colors are different. Mm? In chapter 3, we know this fountain was made by Chris. And the colors are, as you can see. And in chapter 2, the colors are the same as in chapter 3, made by Chris. As is in chapter 1. Chapter 1 also looks like it's made by Chris. Why is that? Why is that? It's almost like if there was a reason that those dark worlds look the same. Don't close off the video! Don't close off the video, please! I know this is controversial. What I'm gonna say is controversial. Don't close the video, I beg you. Uh, but maybe Chris's the Night Fury was not that far off. Don't close the video! So, do I think Chris is the Knight? Yeah. Do I think Chris opened the fountain? Nope. I I think in chapter 2 in chapter 2 the person that opened the fountain was this. Okay. So uh during the Noel monologue. Uh, she talks about how Des always promised she would take in
Noel.
a place that's a busy city. Like we seen in the cyber world. Cyber world is crazy big, loud place. Um, Furthermore, the moon in that chapter is made of a ball. It's made of a baseball baseball ball. Okay, okay. And we know that. Uh, oh, also, this chapter is full of music. We know that Des likes music, but to be fair, internet as a whole is full of music, so I don't think that fully counts. But but speaking of a but, Des plays a but like but not the but I mean the but and the moon is a fucking baseball bat. Baseball ball. Baseball ball, I meant. Uh, so, there's a lot of evidence that Des made chapter 2 Dark Fountain. It just, I don't believe anything else. I think if Des is not the knight, then that means that chapter 2, my favorite chapter, it goes like this for me. Chapter 2, chapter 4, chapter 3 and 1 is similar to me. I think I like chapter 1 more actually. Don't kill me. I think chapter 3 is. It's not the worst. It's like how Bohemian Rhapsody is the worst Queen song. It's still pretty good. If chapter 2 was not made by Des, then I think the plot becomes weaker because mm, I don't know, just not seeing the Des after her death or whatever, giving Noelle still after death, giving Noelle what she promised to her. And that's beautiful. And I believe that Night is Des because it has to be. If like I would be really disappointed if it was just coincidence. If chapter 2 was all like this every proof in chapter 2 that this is the night was a coincidence, and that would be really disappointed. Uh, Where's that page? Oh, I didn't print that page out. Okay, so because I didn't make this one, so I said like that would be stupid to print it out. Uh, Show this comparison of Des of Chris and Knight. I'm gonna give some size too. So as you can see, Knight and Chris have a lot of similarities in the way they do things. I don't think that's just a coincidence that they do almost every animation that we see the Knight do. Chris has also done. Like that has to mean something. Okay, let's go back uh, to the first page. Of how Chris feels during the night fight. You felt lightheaded, you saw golden stars, your vision narrowed, your head is spinning, heartbeat becomes twisted. Na zdrowie. They are not really emotional, they just are dizzy. they're, their head is spinning, a lot of things. And when Chris picks up the uh, black shard, black shard, black, I don't know how to say shard. That's my accent fucks it up. Um, Black Shard, when Chris picks it up, they see a couple of things. First of all, they can see through their hand, like it's not there. You know, C- we all know that Chris will lose their hand. It was so foreshadowed. Um, but Knight also doesn't has a hole in their hands. If Chris puts the shard like here, then it would kind. And if you could see through their hand, then it would be very similar to what the knight has with their hole in their hand. So, and body of the knight is fully made it's pretty. It's kind of headcanon. It's not fully 100% confirmed, but we can assume that knight is made fully out of those um, shards. And let me Google something really fast. I have to Google something really fast. All other crystal, crystal actually it was. I don't know why it said shard a couple of times in this video. Shadow crystal, not shadow shard. um, but one of the flavor text of shadow crystals is you saw through your hand, just like the knight has a hole in their hand. And yeah, Jesus Christ, something to think about. Um, so, so. Okay, now you might be really kind of confused. I am saying that definitely 100% Knight is dead because of chapter 2, and I'm giving all of those reasons why uh, Chris is the knight. What am I saying? It's both of them? Yes, I am. So, in chapter 1, basically everything. Chapter 2, the knight stabbing the earth, and if you stab the ground, a dark fountain appears. In chapter 3, they uh, more better explained the rules of the dark worlds, and we saw the knight. In chapter 4, if that person can be revived inside of a dark world. All of those things you could not have guessed if you played on the chapter before. The information we were given in chapter before, like in chapter 3, you will not guess that dead people can be revived with the dark fountains, unless you are that one person that actually guessed that Gerson will be revived. That one person is crazy. But every chapter shows something that changes the way that we see Deltarune. I believe chap maybe not chapter 5, maybe some further chapter will show that Knight is both Chris and Des somehow combined into one being. The fandom always debated if it's Chris or Ness. Why the fuck they said Ness after not surviving? This weird civil war going in Deltarune fan base between Des truthers and Chris truthers. And there's also Papyrus truthers, but we all allow them to just be. I love Papyrus truthers. I like my favorite crack theory. Uh, it makes a lot of sense actually if you think of it, but maybe that's just too much theory psychosis. If we assume that Knight is one person, then all of the proof, tons of proof that it's the other person, is just red herring, and I think some characters are red herring. And I don't think Asgore is the Knight. I don't think Rudy is the Knight. Those things are red herrings. but for both Des and Chris, there is just so much proof that I think somehow it's both of them. Both of them are the Knight. And granted, as I said, every chapter we learn something new. I don't have actual proof that it's both of them. I have proof that is definitely this and okay, I have something, and that's the true love in Undertale. So the true lab, this is that machine. It's not really. Oh, you can see this. You can see this now. Okay, so and there's a lot of weird things in the true lab. We all know that. So first off, what is the most important to the theory is the amalgamate. It's made out of many different monsters. Couple of monsters combined into one. And the whole true love is about taking two things and combining them to one. It says it talks also about um, the human and monster soul creating something great when it's combined. Maybe that something great they combine into is the Dark Knight. Um, but you know, the true love is such a mysterious place. I think it just makes sense to out of everything we see, not even counting everything that's in the files and the more secret things. The craziest thing we see in Undertale is the most mysterious thing is the true love, and the most mysterious in Deltarune is the night. So let's just combine them, kind of. So there's in true love uh, turning a group of monsters into one. In so and uh, in Deltarune, let's look how much the night transforms into weird fucking things. Uh, Kinda like the weird fucking things in the True Lab. Mm. Also, the amalgamate looks a lot. I don't. It looks a lot like that thing from chapter 3. I don't. Uh, I'm not gonna mention the both of the Undertale community boogeymans. That is that Undertale boogeyman and Deltarune boogeyman. Because I think every theory becomes worse the moment they mention them. Because we know too little about them. But we did not. We have no idea what the true lab is still. Like it has so many weird little secrets that we still as a community have not guessed. Like, what's up with goddamn mirror? What's up with this guy that puts a blanket or on Frisk? Who was that? Why is that machine? What the hell is that? Biggest fucking school. We and it's not mentioned that the biggest fucking school. And furthermore, what's even crazier is that Sans uses that machine as a weapon during his genocide only fight. And I'm not gonna even mention what the file name is of that thing because let's not mention it. And there is a lot of file like entry numbers of alphas, and one is missing. Entry number 17 is missing, and it's in the files. And I will also not mention what it says because I don't want to mention the boogeyman. You say his name 3 times in a theory, and it's disproven next chapter. That's how it works. It's like Beetlejuice. Uh, so the true lab is fucked up, and we know nothing about it yet. Somehow, like in the 10 years of Undertale existing, we still have no idea really what the true lab was about. Other than what Alfred told us it was about, but there's something more. There's something more sinister underneath all that. So where is Chris's soul? Like, is the player controlling Chris's soul? But at the beginning, it's of the game, it seems like the soul was created. This was this big fucking red laser from the sky that created the soul. So if that soul was created and put into Chris's body, then where is Chris's soul? You know? Well, I think Chris's original soul is in the night. I think uh, night is an amalgamate made out of Chris and Bess. How? I'm not sure. I'm gonna talk about some other things. Like, and now it's the end of the video. Like, you can if you only came here for the theory, you can go now. But I'm gonna say about two things. First of all, holy hell, that reveal was crazy. So I want to be proud of myself. I guessed instantly that it was the Deltarune. First of all, it is all black. But other games is full black screen when it comes, and then a plant. Did we all forget about the Flowey the flower? The fifth chapter was about was supposed to be in our theories about flowers. Like the moment it like if I knew from the black screen, oh, it's probably Deltarune. And then the plant appeared, and I was like, oh, it's definitely Deltarune. And then the dog appeared, and that's when everybody in the reaction was going, oh! But yeah, I'm a smart boy. I knew it instantly the moment the black screen appeared, you know. But no, I also was surprised. I don't think words can describe how excited I was for Deltarune Chapter 5. But let's just say, I have Delta ruined my pants when I saw that. Other things, I think I mentioned it at the beginning. Today is my birthday, my 18th birthday. Um, and it might seem sad that during my 18th birthday I'm talking about fucking Deltarune to my YouTube channel, but you know, well, I already had my party like a couple days before, and then I will have another family party, and then in like the end of the month I will have yet another party. Don't worry, just it's Wednesday. Who the fuck is gonna party on a Wednesday? When my parents get home in like 4 hours from now, then I'll talk to them, I guess. Yeah. Um, I had one more theory that I wanted to. Oh, also, I I don't have any fucking proof for this theory. This is literally more of a fan fiction than a theory. There is a naturally spawning dark world under the water. Water, like when you go too far down. So first off, water was not fully discovered yet. You know, we have never reached the bottom of of the ocean. I think I'm pretty sure. Uh, okay, so that. I read water is weird. Second of all, there is a lot of image, ima- water related imaginary. English is not my first language. My first language is Polish. Bóg honor ojczyzna. Uh, yeah, So like in in the vessel creation part of the game, it's water coded. It's there's water in the back for some reason. There's this weird pond in hometown when Onion Sun heard a weird song, and weird songs probably maybe that's related, you know. And I think what happened to Des is that they fell into the pond. They fell in some kind of water. They got dragged to the bottom of the pond, and maybe they died. Maybe they got transported into. They probably got transported into some kind of dark world under the water. But you know, I don't have enough proof for that. This is more of a fan fiction, and I wanted to talk about this fan fiction of mine.